They rank pretty high. For us to defend our home court like that and beat, number one team in the SEC, I think it's great for our confidence. But we got to stay focused and keep working hard.
Talk about Patrick's play as a freshman inside. He asserted himself inside.
Oh, he's great. He's not an ordinary freshman. He plays, big. He plays like upperclassmen. We just got to keep giving it to him more and more.
Jody, can you talk about the lift that
Perry Stevenson.
Sorry. Can you talk about the lift he gave you? And it seems like Coach Gillespie said the last few weeks, it seems like he's been playing better.
Yeah, definitely. He's working harder and harder. That's what we need him to do. Patrick can't play 40 minutes, every game, so we need him to help on offensive boards and, blocking shots and stuff like that. So I think he's, playing well.
It seemed like starting at the 12-minute mark of the second half, you guys were really able to force them to play your game, more half-court, more patient. How were you guys able to do that?
I think, we just got more confident and got more, focus on, winning. Not to say we weren't doing that at the beginning, but I think the second half we just, say, hey, this is what was working in the first half and, the whole game, so just go back to it.
Joe, do you think things are slowly starting to come together for you guys? And now what you guys really have starting to come through?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Do you think you guys are starting to, hit your stride? And you think things are, it's all coming together for you guys now?
I hope so. Can't really say that right now. Still a long way to go in the season. But I think, our team is, working hard in practice every day and, listening to Coach Gillespie and all of our coaches. So hopefully we can, stay on track.
We saw that Wayne Taylor was shooting threes, and I think it was number 32 was shooting threes, so I was confident that every time they went out there, they were more likely to miss it than make it.
Patrick, talk about the obvious, the importance of this win and what this means for you guys. As hard as you work and come close, now you got over the top. Just talk about the obvious.
It's a real important win. Coming out here, second home game, in the conference, and beating Vanderbilt and coming back and beating Tennessee. They're such a huge rival. Chris Lofton, it's just a huge confidence builder coming out here and just putting everything out on the line and just playing hard. We're all coming together as a family now, and everything's just starting to click and just coming out there and just working hard and playing hard and just coming out with the win. It means a lot.
What kind of a help was the crowd tonight?
Oh, it was a huge help. It was a help and it wasn't a help in some ways. When they were screaming real loud and setting picks and I'm trying to tell my teammates, they couldn't really hear me, so they got caught on a couple of screams, but it was just crazy, the crowd. I could barely tell my teammates what to do, and they were just so loud. They were just right behind us and helping us out along the way. So it was a huge help with the crowd.
When you signed on here, is this what you kind of expected would happen at Rupp Arena?
Oh, definitely. Rupp Arena, the fans are the craziest fans in America, so they can get loud like that every game. So that's pretty much why I came here too.
Coach is pretty upset with the defense, with the team's defense at Florida. And I think other than Lofton's 2 threes in the final 10 seconds, they scored 2 field goals in the last 14 minutes. Just talk about the defensive efforts.
Coach talking about influence on defense throughout this week and helping each other. Telling Jody and Joe and Ramel to lock up Lofton, because he was the main guy that we had to stop, and then number 2 and number 1, and so on down the line. And Ramel and Jody and Joe did a great job on Lofton. Held him to a few shots, and it was just a huge emphasis tonight was defense.
Bruce Pearl said you were the more passionate team. Do you feel like Kentucky was the more passionate team?
Oh, definitely. I feel like we're more passionate than Tennessee tonight. We're a lot more intense, a lot more screaming, a lot more behind each other, a lot more with each other, huddling all the time, just rooting and cheering each other on.
Patrick, I know you may not think about this so much now, but when you reflect a little bit on it, you guys could very well be 4-0 right now in the conference. That's got to be great as far as a boost of confidence.
Oh, definitely. That's what Coach is talking about. He says he believes that we could have been 4-0. Florida game we could have won, Mississippi State game we could have won. He believes that we should be 4-0 right now.
Can you talk about Coach talked about how you guys don't let anything get you down. You came up.
Coaches provide us with a great scouting report, and we all listen, and we all just want to knock out our assignments tonight.
How good was your defense tonight? Best you played all year as a team?
I think it's probably one of the best games we played tonight as a team. We shut down the main scorer tonight, and Jody and Joe played tremendous defense out there on him, and Ramel. I just think that we all helped each other a lot. And we just, like I said, just helped each other a lot, and we're on our spots that we need to be.
He helped us get this win.
Ramel, you're a pretty passionate, emotional player there late when you kind of felt like you just had so much confidence going. You guys had it in hand, little pumps to the chest.
Yeah, it always feels good. You know, this is one of our big rivalries, and just to get this win that came in here, number 5, and I mean, I've just never heard Rupp rock like this. These last couple games, our fans have been very supportive of us, and they've been showing it. During the games, providing a lot of energy for us.
He hit a couple miracles right there at the end, but for the most part, you held Lofton down most of the game. Talk about your defense on him a little bit.
Well, I took a little bit more pride in my defense tonight. I remember earlier today, me and Joe going to class, and he seen Lofton on the front page of the paper, and he was, he didn't like that too much. And Coach put me on him, and I just tried to do the best job that I could. He's a really good player. So, I just try to, stay in this jersey.
What does win mean to you, Ramel? How do you put it in words?
Oh, it means a whole lot. It means a whole lot to me. Them being a big rivalry, them being number 5, Lofton, being from a Kentucky native, and, us having to hear about that a whole lot. His last game and our last game, playing against each other and Rupp and us, to pull out this W, it feels really good.
Ramel, you've heard the naysayers. You've been here a very long time now. To be what could be a situation where you'd be 4-0 in the conference. You guys would very well be 4-0 in conference considering how close these games have been.
Yeah, I think we could have been. Coach has that confidence in us, and he also believes that we could have been 4-0. But what's most important is that we competing a lot better. We put ourselves in a position, each and every one of these games to pull a game out. And I think that's the most important thing. If, we continue to build off these wins like this, we'll be able to pull games out down the stretch.
It'll definitely give us that swagger we need, just to come into practice and work hard all the time. And hopefully we get a chance to play number 1 and number 2 and any of the rest of the teams in the top 25.
Hey, Ramel's taken a lot of criticism over the years for his play late in games and that, but this is a 3rd or 4th straight game, big time games where he's made critical play after critical play. Has he started to kind of turn a corner? How much more confidence do you think he has now?
Oh, a lot. He has a lot because Coach kind of gives he and Joe that put those 2 guys on the pedestal and said, you have to lead the team. Besides those 2 seniors, it's 2 or 3 juniors and sophomores and freshmen.
Sure.
And they have to be the ones to lead the team, and Ramel and Joe are just taking that in stride, and they're doing it well.
How about, Coach was talking tonight, Joe pulled himself out of the game because he couldn't go because of his foot late, but that actually he was more proud of him because of that, because it showed that he was being a team player and that he knew that all he cared about was winning, not whether he was on the floor or not.
One thing Coach says is just cut out all the selfishness, and that was a very unselfish move by Joe, and we're proud of him for that, and that's all a part of being a leader.
Talk about your game and how you stepped up tonight and how you've grown and improved as the season's gone on.
Just trying to play hard and not hitting the wall. I kind of went into a slump last year, but just trying to play hard in practice, and it just goes over to the game.
Deal with the obvious that maybe it takes sometimes guys a long time to figure out how hard you have to play to please the coach?
It does in some cases, but with Coach G, he'll let you know. When you're not playing hard, you'll definitely hear it.
Coach was talking about the times where guys miss Patrick inside, but it seemed like you and Patrick sometimes seem to look for each other. I mean, is that me reading too deep into it? Or?
Oh, no, not at all. I mean, the plan is to get the ball inside, and whether I have to do it or the guards have to do it, it's going to get in there because Pat's a man below, and he just opens up so much.
Are you sort of learning how to play off him? Because he's such a good passer. Are you sort of learning where to beat him?
Oh, yeah. That definitely helps, too. Having a good offensive game and being able to be a great passer, it just helps a team go from here to through the roof.
Perry, there seems to be a huge maturation in relation to last year, how you played last year. What would you attribute that to? Is it new coaching styles or just maturity? I mean, how would you attribute it?
I would say it's just maturity. Getting older, you kind of grasp that concept that you need to do more to help the team because you're a year older, and if not, where else am I going to get it from?
Is this your birthday?